There's one book I still remember, Mani or Mana.
Mani Mana.
Mani Mana.
Oh, you studied that book?
Yeah. I think someone said I look like a bit of Bruce Lee, Nam Sai Mak, Tompa Swai Mak, Brundi Mak. Actually, there are so many surfing spots in Thailand, both Gulf of Thailand, Altai, and the Pan Andaman. Thailand was a place that I always admired to live since I was a kid. To me, good living quality is not about luxury. I think surfing shaped who I am now. I kind of developed deep sensitivity to nature since I was young. I like to do wellness activities like running, working out. I also do Pilates, just even single walk in the park, maybe Lumpini or somewhere. I just appreciate like a small piece of like nature. Good living quality for me is to appreciate small moments, no matter big or small.
Kun Ken Yashiro สวัสดีครับ
Sadikap, thank you for having me today.
Of course. And actually, I can say hi to you. I can say สวัสดีครับ and I can say こんにちは too.
こんにちは。はじめまして。Nice
は
to
じめ
meet
ま
you.
して
Yeah.
สามภาษาเลยที่พูดได้ใช่ไหมครับ
Yes, and then I have another language, Chinese.
Oh, you can speak Chinese
I
too.
studied before.
Wow, that's good. That's cool. And I would like to give a shout out to AP because this episode cannot happen without their help. Because actually, I love Japan. I love Japanese people. And you are the first Japanese guest on our show.
Oh, thank you very much, Kap.
Very honored. ขอบคุณมากๆครับ
Thank you
ขอบ
for
คุณมากๆครับ
having me today, Kap.
Yeah. All right. I think your being here today is gonna give us a new perspective of a good living quality because we are all about living a good life. So we want to know a different perspectives from people from around the world or who do different things too. So can you start by introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and also a little bit of what you do?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
My name is Ken Yashiro. I'm Japanese. I'm originally come from Chiba Prefecture, Japan. And I spend most of the time by the beach and I was like dedicated surfing as a professional actually. Yeah, and after that, I started traveling also Asia and Southeast Asia for modeling job a bit. And then after that, I started for event marketing company. And finally, I got the chance to work here in Bangkok as an employee for Japanese advertising company.
I see. Okay, tell us a little bit more about what you did before moving to Bangkok, Thailand.
I was living in Japan, the coastline. It's called Chiba Prefecture. It takes about 1 hour from Tokyo. And I spent most of the time there because I was a professional surfer. But after a while, I stopped surfing. And then...
You mean like competitively?
Yeah, competitive. I stopped competition.
Okay.
And then I started working for event marketing company. And then one day, the company that I work for, there's a guy, my mentor, he hooked me up because he was working for this Thai advertising agency. And then he asked me if I want to work with him. So I said, why not? Yeah.
Okay. That means you have to move to Thailand.
Yeah.
So before that, did you have any idea or any thoughts of moving to other countries before?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
But I studied Chinese in Taiwan before, but it's not for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that you have to move to Thailand, did you do any homework at all? Like studying more about what kind of condition you'll be living in or about Thailand in general?
Actually, Thailand was a place that I always admired to live since I was a kid. Because I even see beautiful picture like tropical oceans, like coconut trees in the traveling.
You're an ocean guy, so
I'm a beach guy.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to come here.
Okay.
So when I got this job offer, I was so happy. I still remember when I arrived at Suvarnabhumi Airport 2012. The weather, so humid, right?
Yeah.
But the people are so like energetic, and the city is so vibrant. I was so surprised. But at the same time, I was so excited to see what would happen next. But I never seen any Thai script or Thai word, single word. So I was quite overwhelmed because because I couldn't communicate with local people.
Yeah.
So that's quite. I struggle a lot.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So from the first day you arrived Thailand, how many days it took for you to get to the beach?
Actually, I stopped surfing for a long time.
I
had
see,
stopped
so-
surfing for a long time because I worked.
Ah.
So I didn't have any idea that I wanted to go to the beach.
I see.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it took some time, like maybe 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one day I start to feel like I'm losing my sense of living quality. So okay, I should go to the beach. I mean, I wanted to go to the beach to see if I was able to reconnect with some part of myself. And then yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
And then I was so happy for that. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, it took some time.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that it might be almost right away. Like as soon as you get to Thailand, you can't wait to
Absolutely.
see
I
the
didn't
ocean.
think of anything.
Yeah. So at that time, pretty much you were kind of like burned out from surfing.
Like
Oh, okay.
I totally burned out.
I see.
didn't want to think anything about surfing. I didn't even want to see this kind of photos.
Okay. Wow, that
Yeah.
must have been tough because
Yeah.
you used to like enjoy
Yeah,
the
kinda.
ocean and the activity,
Right.
but now you can't just even look at the picture
Right.
and feel the same way.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm losing my identity that I used to have. Like, I didn't have any hobby to do after work or during weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's all about work.
Yeah, work. But actually,
Wow.
it's good because I'm an employee, so I have
Okay.
to work for the company.
I see.
But one day I realized that okay, I should go. I mean, I need a beach, and then I remember I tried to search internet, and then try to find out where I was able to find like surfing beach, but they didn't show me anything because at that time the information was not available. It was a long time ago. So I just took bus from Ekamai, and it took about 4 hours to get to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I saw like very tiny waves like this. I was happy.
How did you feel?
Just happy because I didn't see the waves for already like almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Not 10 years, but it's quite long.
Yeah.
And
Was it like coming home?
Came home.
Yeah.
It smells nice and good vibes. And then everything is nice. Like I feel like it's my home. Yeah, even
Yeah.
tiny waves.
Right.
Yeah.
I can totally understand, and I think a lot of people can relate because sometimes at some point in life you may feel like you are losing your passion or what you used to love so much, and then when it comes back to you, you feel so happy, right? Yeah.
So happy.
Okay, so I want to ask you about how you practice languages too, because you speak 4 languages, and well, you're in Thailand, of course, you need to speak Thai. And by the time, when you got to Thailand, like the first month of living here, did you have a lot of difficulty communicating
Oh,
with
yeah.
people because you didn't know any Thai at all, right?
right.
Yeah. Tell us how you study languages.
How did I study language?
Yeah.
Actually, I took a private Thai class for a few months.
Oh,
And
okay.
then luckily my tutor was so strict, very strict.
Oh, so that's a good thing.
Good
Yeah.
thing. She forced me to study. and then actually I would often show up exhausted after work. I barely able to focus. So she always need to score and then correct all my mistakes. But there's one book I still remember. Mani or Mana.
Mani Mana.
Mani Mana.
Oh, you studied that book?
Yeah, that's
it's a classic. Everybody studies it in
That's
Thailand.
my Bible. And then I learned a lot from this book,
Yeah.
especially reading. And then that time I start understanding characters. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's become my foundation.
That's nice because we also, well, some of us also study Japanese through manga too. So it's
Yeah.
practically the same thing we study through stories, right?
Right.
And the characters that we love. Oh, okay, so Mani Mana,
Yes.
you did that. All right. And well, sometimes we might say that, whoa, in order to like do good in studying language, you have to be like super happy and no pressure. But in your case, you need some kind of pressure
Yeah.
to force you to study. Otherwise,
Yes. And then I also try to speak Thai language every day. use a new word in daily life, even if I made mistakes.
ยากไหมครับ
Yeah, come on.
ยากใช่ไหม
But because I always wanted to understand the culture here, and I always wanted to understand how they think. So learning language was really crucial, and it's really important for me.
yeah
So yeah, so
Yeah.
I didn't just give up.
yeah
Just keep going like I did for surfing before.
Wow, cool. You need that determination in order to do it well, right? And I bet your living quality must have improved a lot after you
Yeah.
know
Yes.
our Thai language, right?
And I started getting know more people, and then one day I wanted to find a new friend, so I started doing Facebook page about surfing, and then it worked very well. I got a friend, and then we went surfing together.
Wow.
Many times, and then I would speak Thai language. So I had a really great time.
Yeah, so that's how you make friends through surfing, through languages.
Yes.
Like once you know Thai, of course people want to talk to you and have fun, right?
Yeah, speaking language is like access to get into local community. So if you don't know how to speak their language, I think it's a bit difficult. So
Okay, so how did you know that Thailand was the right fit for you?
Oh,
I mean, in terms of the kind of living quality that you were seeking, compared to other countries that you might have considered as well.
Thailand is really tropical country, and then there's so many beaches down there. It's just perfect for me to live.
Yeah. You need to be in a tropical place, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you're not considering like places with like snow or Europe or
Actually, I like any kind of situation in nature, but I prefer ocean.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Places with great oceans.
Yeah.
Great waves.
It's like
so you can
it's like a rekindling to my old memories. Yeah, so Thailand is the perfect place for me.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to know you more. One word or more. This is a little game that we play. All right. Okay, so can you give us one Thai word that you like and probably you say it all the time?
One Thai word
หนึ่
I
ง
like.
คำครับคำว่าอะไรครับ
ธรรมชาติ
ธรรมชาติเหรอฮะ Ooh, that's a great word.
like ธรรมชาติสวยงามคือเป็นของธรรมชาติ
ครับ
And then I really like this word. And actually, I like any kind of ธรรมชาติ For example, น้ำใสมากท้องฟ้าสวยมาก
Oh.
like
Yeah.
anything like คลื่นดีมาก
Ooh.
So basically, I like
Right.
the word ธรรมชาติ
Yeah. Anything that reflects the great idea of like great in
Yeah.
nature.
Because it reminds me of simplicity and balance in life. So
Yeah.
I would say ธรรมชาติ
Right. So is that the kind of like philosophy that you live by? Like ความ simplicity ความเรียบง่าย
simplicity,
อย่างนั้นใช่ไหมครับ
yeah.
Okay. So any word in Japanese that can reflect that kind of philosophy that you believe in and probably like the kind of motto or something that you
Maybe
live
I would
by.
say ikigai.
Ikigai.
Yeah, ikigai.
I like that
Maybe-
word too.
Yeah, okay. Because my ikigai is to improve myself through new experiences. Because living abroad is not easy for me. But whatever challenge I overcome, it just give me like purpose in life.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say ikigai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your own word, what is ikigai?
It's something that push you like move forward. Like
Okay.
give you energy. So maybe it can be like your job, it can be your hobby, or maybe your pet. So whatever,
Yeah.
just push you move forward.
Yeah. So the reason for your being, right?
Right.
Ikigai. Yeah, I like that.
Ikigai.
Okay. So how about one Japanese anime or manga character that you feel like you're most similar to?
Oh, I don't think I'm similar to any.
No. There are a lot of mangas. So
Maybe
no similarity.
But I think someone say I look like a bit of Bruce Lee. but they are not
But that's not Japanese manga, right? Oh, but I can see that.
yeah. But when I was a kid, I loved watching Dragon Ball. You know Dragon Ball?
Yes, of course. Everybody knows Dragon Ball, right?
They inspire me a lot. A lot.
So which character do you like the most?
Goku. The
Goku,
main
of course.
character, Son Goku.
Yeah.
He's very strong and he never give up. And he also optimistic. And yeah, and then also they are as a character, and they have own their like personalities. Like Vegeta, he represent pride, and Kuririn, he shows loyalty. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy to watch when they work together because they always do something great. Yeah, when they
Yeah.
work together.
Right.
So it's inspired me a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a child, kid. Yeah, quite a long time ago.
Yeah, I started to see some pattern with you, like determination.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're determined to do something and you never give up. Yeah, wow. He's a great character too.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
character.
okay. So, anything that you miss the most about living in Japan? One thing.
Oh, I would say 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter.
Yeah.
Because they all come with also great seasonal foods, and each season has their like charm and the color. Yeah, I miss
Yeah.
4 seasons.
So, which one is your most favorite?
My first favorite was spring.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because spring is come after winter, right? Like the end of cold days,
Yeah.
and I feel like full of hope. And then I also like summer to autumn and winter. All the colorful vibes fading away, but I feel kind of like melancholic feeling.
I
Like,
see.
Yeah, I
Feels a little bit sad.
Sad, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I love fall.
You like fall?
Yeah, I love fall. I love
Okay.
red leaves. I love. There's no fall in Thailand, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's why I love fall so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Thailand-
especially fall in Japan. I love fall in Japan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah.
And in Thailand, there's a Ludo now.
Like probably 2 days. ฤดูหนาวปีละสองวันนี่คือเยอะแล้วนะครับ
I really love Ludo now because
okay.
it reminds me of my hometown in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Very good weather. So fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really get it when you say that you missed 4 seasons because there's no seasons in Thailand, like hot
Yeah.
and hot with humidity.
Yes.
That's it. Like hot with rain and hot. That's it, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have more winter days in Thailand too, a little bit
so,
more. Yeah. Okay. So how about let's talk about surfing a little bit more. So one surfing spot in Thailand that is the best for beginners.
Okay. Actually, there are so many surfing spots in Thailand, both Gulf of Thailand, Altai, and the Fan Andaman side. And they are really good. But I would recommend Khao Lak Phang Nga.
Khao Lak.
Yeah, Khao Lak
Is that good for beginners?
Yes.
I see.
Very friendly waves and then long beach. And the vibes are just chill. Yeah, it's a bit far from Bangkok, but if you have time, I would recommend. And then, like maybe if you live in Bangkok, maybe you can also go to Rayong or neighboring provinces like Rayong or Prachuap-Khiri-Khan. There are also waves. It's not so consistent, but you can enjoy beach time
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Yeah. And how about one surfing spot that is the best for pros?
Oh, pros.
Pro surfers.
Oh, it's a Hawaiian like this. But this is too big.
But is there any place in Thailand that is great
Thailand.
for pros?
Yeah, I think Phuket is nice.
Okay.
You can surf. Basically, surf season in Thailand is starting from May to maybe December, and then you can also surf during winter too. So depends the season, but basically you can surf whole year. Yeah. So best surf spot for Thai people. It's anywhere as long as you enjoy. You are winner. It's your best spot.
Yeah.
So I don't judge by quality of waves.
I see.
But of course, I want to surf like beautiful waves like Indonesia. But basically, I enjoy any kind of waves, no matter small or big. The weather is
see.
bad. Yeah, you just enjoy and then drink cold drink.
Yeah, I agree because there are several kinds of waves, several kinds of oceans. You just cannot expect the oceans to be what you like, right? Just enjoy it as they come.
Yeah, even you expect waves, but once you arrive, maybe nothing.
Yeah.
But you got to enjoy it anyway.
Yeah.
It's about surfing.
Yeah.
You
Just lay down on the beach
Yeah.
and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like life. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes life is great.
That's
so surfing
true.
is quite similar.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you about your living quality outside of work because
outside of work.
you're
Okay.
very hardworking from what I can gather. But what do you also do outside of work and surfing to entertain yourself?
Okay, I like to do awareness activities like running, working out. I also do Pilates to maintain my
okay.
good quality living in Bangkok. And yeah, and I also do photography, videography as a hobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
As we can check out from his Instagram and
Thank you
from
very
his
much.
channel. Yeah.
because if you like when for example you go to the beach and then if you are lucky you witness something so beautiful moment, right? For example, like sunset, like going down over the horizon, and then that's an amazing feeling. And then it may last for like few months after you come back to Bangkok. So what I want to say is that I love photography. Yeah.
Yeah. Just capture the moment.
Yeah,
Right.
capture the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So, what does it take for your life to be a great life? I mean, in your opinion, what defines a life with a good living quality? What does it take?
Oh, to me, good living quality is not about luxury. Yeah, basically, I want to be surrounded by positive energy, like a small piece of happiness. Yeah, because I think surfing shaped who I am now. I kind of developed like a deep sensitivity to nature since I was young. So now I even live in Bangkok, but just even single walk in the park, maybe Lumpini or somewhere.
Yeah.
I just appreciate like a small piece of like a nature. So good living quality for me is to appreciate the small moment, no matter like big or small.
Yeah.
And then being fit and keep fit.
Right.
That's also important for me.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So I personally think that whenever I see surfers, right, they kind of give off this like lone wolf quality. Like because when you surf by yourself. You don't have to surf with other people, right?
Right.
So even though we have like surfer dudes on the beach, they kind of are gang like community. But when you're out there, you're on your own.
Yeah.
So you kind of strike me as someone who kind of enjoys a solo time, like quality solo
exactly.
time. Yeah. So what kind of things that you enjoy doing by yourself, and on the flip side, what kind of things that you think it'll be better enjoy in a group setting?
Oh, because I enjoy, as I said before, I enjoy running and weight training by myself because it reflects on myself. And then sometimes I even can get good idea for my work. So basically, I enjoy this kind of like a hard training to push myself.
I see.
Yeah, I enjoy pushing myself, and then it helped me to focus more in details. And then whenever I want to talk with a friend, I just join the running club or just ask my friend to go surf together.
Okay.
And then living in Bangkok is great because I can balance both city life and then nature. So I can balance living quality.
Yeah. Wow. That's good because of course we need both like solitude, like quality alone time, and we also need like connections with people.
Yeah.
And we try to strike the right balance between the two, right?
Yeah, so I really enjoy meeting people who have the same passion and good energy because we can inspire together. Yeah. So Thailand, Bangkok is such a great place for me actually.
Yeah.
Maybe some people may say it's a bit busy or like a traffic jam, but it's part of it. And to me, in a good way, I got so many opportunity to meet the different people from different background. So
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you usually make friends?
Oh, through activities like running, surfing, whatever. Because it's easy for us to connect together because we have the same passion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the best kind of people to hang out with.
But I cannot really make a friend in the clubs or party.
Okay.
I'm not really like, I don't go out often.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Depends
So you
how much I drink.
Ah, okay.
During Karaoke, I can be friendly.
I see. Okay. So I want to ask you about the work ethics, or what is the routine like for a Japanese working in Thailand? So what is your routine?
Me, I actually work just like a eight to maybe 5 p.m. But whenever I get big project, I go crazy, and then I forget even eating.
Really?
Yeah, and then I
Okay.
forget
Because you're so focused.
Yeah, focus. Yeah, but this is, I think I would say this is my advantage. I can focus like 100%.
Okay.
But whenever I complete this kind of project, I lost my weight. So
Okay.
I should eat something.
Yeah. Sounds tough, right?
Yeah, sounds tough.
Yeah. But also it's like typical work ethics for Japanese too. That's from what we heard, right?
Oh, okay. And they basically they stay until late, and after that they enjoy like socializing with colleagues.
Even
or clients.
later?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and drink even harder. And, and maybe you find that maybe some people really like drunk and then maybe sleeping. But in Japan, it's quite safe. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's a part of like their working
I see.
style.
Like everything to the extreme, basically,
Yeah,
right?
extreme. And
Yeah.
then the next day they come office on time, because for us Japanese, you need to be punctual.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Right.
So, but sometimes it's too much for me.
Yeah. Even if you're drinking until 5 in the morning, you still need to punch in at 8,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You need to show, you are strong.
Right. Wow. And
Too much.
I know, but see that's how it made me curious. How do you find time to do other things at all? Like to go to the beach, like do any other hobbies?
But as long as I'm here, I can go. If I'm
You make it happen.
yeah, it happen anyway. And then if I'm in Japan, maybe I really like maybe I don't go to the beach often. But here in Thailand, I live in Bangkok. It's so easy to travel around. There's so many public transportation.
Right.
Why not? I want to go to the beach and then just come back and work harder.
I see. I like what you say. I'll make it happen. I just come back and work harder. Yeah. So you mentioned that you used to compete in surfing, and then you stopped because it kind of created too much stress for you. So if you kept doing it, you might end up like hating it, right? So that's why you stopped compete. But even so, do you still compete in any other area in your life? Are you a competitive person?
I think definitely I'm a competitive person, but with myself.
Oh, okay.
I do not compete with other people anymore, like I did before. Yeah, I just enjoy pushing myself. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. So basically, you try to break your own record, like beat your personal best.
Yes.
Ah,
Right.
okay. All right. So what kind of like record are you trying to break right now?
Now, actually, I set my small goal next year.
Oh.
Early of next year, I'm gonna join the High Rocks, and I also try to learn half marathon.
I see.
It's a really big challenge. It's really challenging to me because now I kind of a bit lazy. So, but I still have time, so I have to start doing hard.
Yeah, but I heard about that too, and it requires like the ultimate like physical strength in order to do that, and endurance too. So you need to be super strong and super tough. Yeah, you need to train yourself a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you like increase the number of days weekly to go to gym and stuff like that?
I need to do that.
Yeah.
But that's not difficult for me because I have done so many challenges before. So I believe that I can make it.
I see.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. Yeah. It still sounds like you're having fun in a way. Like in order to like beat yourself and push yourself in order to get like better. So you're like a kind of like a grinder, not too laid back, right? When it comes to like pushing yourself.
But I can be both a grinder
Really?
and a laid-back person.
Yeah?
It depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going to compete some like event. Yeah, of course I need to be a grinder. 100% I need to commit. But sometimes I want to slow down and I just want to indulge the sun and just sit down and drink cold like a juice.
Right. Yeah.
So I can be both.
Yeah.
Life needs a balance. Yeah.
I agree. Because otherwise you can drive yourself crazy.
Yeah,
and
and then-
if you
yeah.
are too laid back, maybe you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe I may like hate again, like I
Yeah.
did before for surfing. So I need a balance always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the great answer to a good living quality for anybody at all. If you find your own balance, like your own definition of what balance is, I think that's the best because your balance and my balance might be like different, totally different.
Yeah.
Just find your own balance, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you have a good life.
Yes. Right.
That's so good. All right. Do you see yourself still living here in the next couple of days, in the next 5 or 10 years?
Yes. Now I'm getting new project 2026, and I'm really grateful for these opportunities. And I hope that I get more project and then grow my career. And then another 10 years, maybe I would say I want to connect with people who have the same passion and energy. And yeah, I may get older, but I want to strive, stay fit and healthy,
Yeah.
and maybe even more stronger than I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you can get there wherever you set your mind to. Yeah. So
Thank you.
that's great. That's a great life. And I think you will be so happy living here in Thailand. And we are so happy to have you here too on the show today. So well, our show is called Comedy.
Oh,
So
Comedy.
come is something that we love,
Yeah.
right? We want to know you through your words. So can you give us some words that you like so we can
Okay.
probably adopt and enjoy too?
Okay, I say be persistent.
Persistent.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a persistent person?
I think so. In Japanese, we say keizoku.
Kesoku.
Yeah, keizoku. So English is no matter what, if you keep going, all the effort turn into your strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So persistent in Thai, think of the word do.
ดื้อนะ
ดื้อแบบ ดื้อ
Okay.
แบบจะเอาให้ได้ประมาณนั้นนะ
Okay.
คือแบบว่า you never give up
Yeah.
and you just keep pushing
Yeah.
for what you want
Yeah.
yeah so ตื้ออดตื้อ yeah จะเอาให้ได้
Okay.
yeah something like that yeah it's a good word yeah I like it
Yeah, thank you.
anything in Japanese or
Oh.
anything in Thai for us
Maybe kaizen or something like that.
Kaizen.
Like improving even
okay
small things.
okay
Because we cannot achieve like big goal like short like how to say. For example, like marathon, it's a long journey. It's tiring, but you can push yourself like day by day, and then finally you can achieve big goal, right?
Yeah.
So life is not like short sprint. Like you can like easily get the result. So what I want to say is kaizen, like do improve every day, like even no matter small or big, just
Yeah.
take one by step.
yeah it sounds a lot more manageable and doable
Yeah.
right like do small things
Yeah.
but get better every day
Yeah. So that you can make it something like
Ooh, that's a big wave have you encountered this big kind of wave
I feel like I encounter this kind of way, but this is totally different.
Yeah.
It's too big.
too big too big all right so yeah we have kaizen we have persistent your Thai word one Thai word for us
One Thai word.
yeah
Sabaidi.
so whoa yeah
It's very important. Sabaidi.
yeah
Just like because when you sabai, you can focus, and then you can get ideas, and then
Yeah.
you can also talk with people nicely.
Yeah.
So you need to be sabai.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I think those 3 words are so important in order to have a great living quality or a great life. And I thank you so much for sharing those words with us today.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. ขอบคุณมากนะครับ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ